There we go. Yeah, you can hear. That's good. So that's back. We'll put that back up. Oh, yeah. What the heck? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You are listening to the Man Please Show. I'm your host, Trog. That's my name, Trog. That's what people, well, some people call me Trog. Some people call me other things that I'd rather not talk about. But I got a few things that I want to talk about today. And I'd love to get your input on this as well. I'd like to talk about the Michael Brown shooting and what's going on up there in Ferguson, Missouri, the heartland of the country. I want to talk about that, and I'd love to get some input, and see what other people think. The best way to do that is, of course, if you're watching on YouNow, you can type in a question or comment. I'll, see it, respond to it, if it's worthy of response. Or you can call. You can call the studio at 336-763-5482. And you can actually be on the air and check out and, give your opinion. Again, that phone number is 336. Here. Make sure I give out the right number. Yes, 336-763-5482. That's what I thought it was. So, we're going to be talking about Michael Brown shooting. I've got opinions about a few things. We also have a new report. I just saw it before I came on the air that Darren, whatever his name is, the cop that did the shooting, has given his version of it now. So I'm going to share that with you too. See what you think about that. And we're also going to be talking about Oscar Pistorius. It's getting close. The verdict's got to come in sometime soon here, don't you think? I've got some possibilities here that of what he can be convicted of. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Maybe talk about, try to see what y'all think. If you think he's going to be found guilty, that'd be something. Because I think if he's found guilty of premeditated murder, the minimum sentence is 25 years. That's minimum. So that's not going to be very fun for him. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about those two things, and if I get some of y'all to interact with me, we'll have a much better show. You won't have to just listen to my nonsense. You know what I mean? You'll be able to give me some of your nonsense. I can give you a man, please. And so, stay tuned, stick around. You are watching and listening to the Man Please Show. I'm your host, Strog. We're going to take a small little break here, and we'll be right back. Stick around.
Making beautiful memories last. Top Studios professional photo, audio, and video production. We offer unique packages not found anywhere else. Our wedding package includes a 30-second high-production video or audio invitation and a fairy tale love story video with professional narration. Top Studio will also give you a beautiful photo album with high-quality pictures that you can show your loved ones time and time again. For more information, call 732-781-8032.
particular set of skills that I have acquired. And if you listen to the Man Please show, that will be the end of it. But if you don't, I will look for you, and I will find you, and tickle you till you cry.
All right, did you do the dishes?
I did.
Did you vacuum?
I did.
You're not going to blow your nose at the table anymore?
No, I won't.
Okay, you drive.
All right, let's go.
And don't embarrass me by yelling yippee when we get there.
Okay.
Sarah's Kebab Shop. Treat yourself to a menu that includes a wide range of food options from beef or chicken kebabs to one of the tastiest burgers in town. Hot and cold subs and Greensboro's best gyros. Sarah's Kebab Shop. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Located at 5553 West Market Street in Greensboro, right beside the DMV. And call them at 336-355-9260. Sarah's Kebab Shop. Reward yourself. Yippee! Man, please. I noticed there's a little latency in my actual movements and when they show up. Probably doesn't bother you. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me if it doesn't bother you, pal. You know what I'm saying? They keep giving me tips. Talk about your favorite band, musician. What are you passionate about? See, I don't do a typical thing that they do on this web page or this website. I've looked around. I haven't seen any other shows like this. You know, just a talk show where I'm talking to you and you can respond back. Most of them are just young girls, young boys, singers. You know, some people just, you know, letting you watch them do what they do in their bedroom. Or, I mean, it's not pornographic or anything like that, but you know, there's a lot of I don't know. I've looked around, and it's just people sitting in front of their laptops, talking on the phone and saying, "Oh, hey, I went to one and was looking. Oh, Trog is watching. Hey, what's up, Trog?" You know, they had no idea that I was a 53-year-old. You know, just looking to see, you know, what's on this website. I clicked on the hashtag, the trending tags, talk. Yeah. To me, that means what we're doing or what I'm doing, talking. But I guess that's what they're doing. They're talking. I don't, you know. Of course, it's not anything that I would be interested in watching because they're not talking about anything. But, you know, they're talking about what 12, 14, 15-year-old kids talk about. You know, the color of their toenail polish. So, who knows? You know, this might work. Maybe there are people. I'm hoping that there's people out here on this site that are actually interested in, you know, some stimulating conversation. Talk about some things that are going on in the country or in the world. We got basketball coming up. I'm trying to talk my son into coming on. No, not basketball. Football. Football's getting ready to, but basketball's coming too. Love me some college basketball. But football's getting ready to start, so we'll be talking about that. I'm trying to. I asked my son. I said, "Hey, would you come on the show and, you know, talk?" Because he knows stats and things like that. Would you come on the show and talk about it? Well, you got to give me a week's notice. I got to prepare. I got to get these stats and that stats. And I'm like, you know, this isn't ESPN. I don't work at it. I know that's what you tell all your friends, but I don't work at ESPN. I have ESPN. See, watch. I'm reading your mind right now. ESPN. There you go. So, let's talk about Michael Brown. Young man got shot, and there's several different stories. So, what do you believe? You know, there's a witness that was right with him. He's telling one story. Okay? And just today, the actual cop who was involved in the shooting has come out, supposedly. I don't know. It was somebody that knows him gave out the information. So, who knows if it's true. But that's come out just recently, just before the show started. I saw that on television, and we'll talk about that. But I want to talk about what some are calling protests. Peaceful protests. Well, the people that are participating in peaceful protests legitimately, I support you and I encourage you and I stand with you in your cause, seeking justice. I would ask you to use some reason in allowing the process. You know, there is a process. Whether a white cop shot a black kid or a black cop shot a white kid or shot a woman, there's still a process. So I would just ask you to exercise a little more patience in allowing the process to take place. And if it doesn't take place within a reasonable amount of time, and there's people that know, well, then you stand up and you protest. You know, why isn't this getting done? But here's my problem. These people that are breaking the law, looting, stealing, shooting, these people are not protesters. These people are criminals. They couldn't care less about Michael Brown. You know that? I don't believe that for 1 second. The people who are throwing rocks and throwing Molotov cocktails, breaking storefront glass doors, looting stores, stealing things, hurting people. You people are not protesters. You are freaking criminals that are using this poor young man's misfortune of being shot. Don't know exactly what happened yet, but you're using his misfortune to profit for yourself. You're not protesting. You're not protesting anything. You're taking advantage of these poor people. This young man has family who's mourning his death. What are you doing? How are you standing in solidarity with them? You're breaking down store fronts, stealing. Who do you represent? I know who you represent. So that's what I have to say about that. You looters, anybody that's breaking the law, throwing rocks at the police, you're criminals. You're not protesters. You're not representing Michael Brown in a very good way, are you? Nope. You're not. You're disrespecting him. You're disrespecting his family. They've actually made requests. Please don't become violent. And I don't believe for 1 second that the police are shooting people first. Just, hey, there ain't nothing going on, Bob. Why don't we get some stuff riled up? Here, I'm gonna shoot this lady. Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot her with a rubber bullet. She's got a great big old butt. I'm gonna shoot her in it. And then we'll see what happens. Maybe if I shoot one, everybody get all riled up, and then we can shoot some more. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Man, please. That's not what's happening. That's not realistic. It's not logical. It doesn't make sense. And like Judge Judy says, if it doesn't make sense, it ain't true. So, tonight's going to be even worse because the cops' version of what happened has come out. Let me tell you what first, the best I can remember, what the main eyewitness, which was the guy that was a young man that was with Mike Brown when this went down, said the cop pulled him into his car, wrestled with him, and the gun went off or something. Michael got away and started running and felt a shot from behind. And then stopped and turned around and threw his arms up and said, "Please don't shoot." And the cop commenced to shooting several more times until he dropped. That's his version of what happened. Okay, sorry. Freaky. Let me close that. So, that's his version of what happened. Now, this cop, Darren, whatever his name is, he's got a different version. You know what it is? He said that he pulled up and was trying to get these young men off of the street onto the sidewalk. And Michael Brown wouldn't cooperate. So he tried to open the door. The cop did. Tried to open the door, and Michael Brown slammed it closed on him and then lunged inside the vehicle. This is the cop's account. Lunged inside the vehicle, started grabbing at the cop's gun. Well, the cop grabbed the gun, got it out of his holster. The gun went off. Didn't say that it hit either one of them. The gun went off. He said at that point, the young man exited the vehicle, started running away. The cop got out of his vehicle and demanded that he stop. At that point, the cop said that he stopped and turned around and started taunting the police officer, telling the officer, you won't shoot me. You ain't going to shoot me. And then started running, the cop said, full force at him. It was at that point that the cop started discharging his gun. Bam, bam. Shooting him in the arm, on up into the upper part of the arm. Then the last shots are the ones that hit him in the head. He had one grazed his arm, one hit his arm, one got him up here, one I think got him in the neck, one got him up here, and then one got him right above his left eye. That's the cop's account. Similar, but different, right? The eyewitness says that Michael Brown was down on his knees with his hands up saying, "Please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me." And the cop shot him anyway. The cop says that he turned around, taunted him, started coming at him at full, like a rhino. And he had to shoot him. Who do you believe? But here's the point, I think. You can believe whoever you want to believe. But what you have to remember is there's a process to get to justice. If the cop is lying, there's so much media on this, it's really going to be hard to get away with a lie. So if the cop was wrong, I don't see how he's not going to get caught. He's not going to get found out. And there's no way if he turns out to be lying, there's no way that he's not going to be convicted, of something. And of course, whatever he's convicted of ain't going to be good enough. I'm sure of that. They're not going to give him the death penalty, but I guarantee you a lot of people would like that. A lot of people are very hurt by this. It's like another wound. Even if what the cop says is true, it's still going to be a white cop shooting a unarmed black kid. And the black community is really, I don't know, they're kind of at the end of their rope. They feel like they've had enough. I can tell. And I can't say I blame them, really. I don't agree with everything that they say and everything that they believe, but I do think that they've suffered more than they should. But I don't think that an innocent, if the cop's version is right, he shouldn't. Why should he be penalized? He acted. If it turns out to be that the kid turned around and taunted him, taunting is one thing. You don't shoot somebody for taunting you. But if it turns out that he actually started running at him, which I kind of find, if the cop had his gun out, I really find that hard to believe. But if he actually did start running at the cop don't know what his intentions are. Cop is gonna fire. So, what do you think? Is this going to be another OJ? Is this going to be a spectacle? It already is a spectacle. All this looting, it makes me sick. It's unfortunate for the family of Michael Brown that all this looting is going on, because it really, really steals their legitimacy away. Even though what they desire is justice, all of this looting and all of this law breaking is such an injustice to these people. It's just like they always say, one bad apple can run the whole good bunch. Yeah, I don't know the song. I shouldn't be singing. Yeah. What do you think? Victoria, what do you think? Are you following it? Do you agree that we should at least allow the process to take place, and and allow justice. It's not like the cop is going anywhere. He can't go anywhere. So, and they can't make an arrest until they have enough facts to charge him with something. It's like anybody else. Until they have enough information to charge somebody, they can't arrest somebody. They can't just say, well, we're going to arrest you because the public's kind of pissed off and, so we're just going to arrest you. Sorry, it's the way it goes. No, it's not the way it goes. It's not the way it goes. We live in America. The way it goes is they have to say, we are charging you with manslaughter. We are charging you with murder. We are charging you with something and placing you under arrest and then allowing a judge to establish a bond, if any. That's the process, right? So isn't that what should happen? Well, I mean, I don't think the process should change because it's such a high-profile case and people are so passionate about it and so interested and involved and want to know about it. I don't think that's enough reason to change the process. Do you? Do you care? There was a time I didn't care. But I do care. Because, I have, in my years, I have learned that it can happen to anyone at any time. So, I do care. I do care, yeah, baby, oh yeah, you better believe I care, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I care, I really, really care. Yeah, I care. I can get on down there. Michael Brown, what do you think? Victoria, what do you think? Listen, I'm gonna take a little short break. I'm not going anywhere. You'll still be able to see me. But you won't be able to hear me. Not live, anyway. But stick around. It won't be but a minute or so.
Top Studios offers professional voiceover work for videos and websites. Let Top Studios produce a high-quality audio commercial for your business that can be played on the radio or on the web. Our professional voiceover talents will help you better promote the quality of your product and or service. We also specialize in industrial training and safety videos. Top Studios, professional photo, audio, and video production. For more information, call 732-781-8032.
You are all listening to The Man Please Show. Gracias, amigos.
Man, please. That's what you're watching, listening to the Man Please Show. I'm your host, Trog. That's what they call me. They call me Trog. Not the Trog. That would be presumptuous. I am the Trog. I'm just Trog. Because my last name is Trogdon. And that's what they called me when I was in the Air Force fighting fires for the country. Trog, the firefighter. That's me. That's right. Dude. Michael Brown. Man. The kid was huge. He was 6'4", like 290 pounds. And they released that video of him, I guess, stealing cigars or something. They're all pissed off about that. Oh, they shouldn't have released that. They're just defaming him. Okay, I get that. It hadn't influenced my opinion, you know. My question is, you know, if the kid went for his gun, yes, granted, but then he ran away, didn't get the officer's gun. You know, did the officer? I mean, was the kid's hands in his pockets or anything, or? That's what I'm wondering. How, you know, did the officer think he was armed? Because if he was armed, why would he be going for the officer's gun? Right? If he was armed, he would have pulled his own gun. If that's what he wanted, if that's what his intention was. You know, if he was trying to get the cop's gun, why? So he could get his gun to shoot him, right? That's the assumption. If he had his own gun, why would he go for the cops? For his own. Then he's running away. He turns around. He taunts the officer. Comes running at the officer. You know, I wonder. Well, I guess the officer. You know, the officer is going to say, "I thought he was armed. I didn't know if he was armed." That's what he's got to say. You know, he's got to say that. Otherwise, he's going to be in some trouble. He had to feel like his life was in danger. And the only way to feel like that, certainly not because, surely it wasn't just because the kid was so big. The officer has other weapons, non-lethal weapons that can, you know, defend himself against a bigger assailant. A taser. Don't they have tasers? So he had to think he was armed. But why would he think he was armed if he's going for his gun? You know, there's no way he saw a weapon because the kid was not armed. So I think, you know, I don't know, man. That's going to be hard to explain away. Don't you think? I think this cop is... I just don't see how he's not going to go down. Because, I mean, I'm just a guy sitting here in the man please cave, you know, and I think about these implausibilities in this cop's story. You know, you don't shoot an assailant until he becomes a threat to your life or to someone else's life. Even if he went for your gun, he didn't get it, he starts running away, I don't think you have the right to shoot him. Yeah, well, he turned around, he started running back toward the cop. Tase his butt. Tase him. I don't know. I'm glad I ain't a cop. I could not be a cop. I would not be a cop. So, Victoria, you don't have much to say? You don't have an opinion? What about Oscar Pistorius? Have you been following the Oscar Pistorius trial? The Blade Runner? He, he was an Olympian and a Paralympian. Real famous South African. People loved him. Still do. But he shot his girlfriend 4 times through the bathroom door. Reva Steenkamp. He thought she was a burglar. Well, the state says, no, you didn't think she was a burglar. You were pissed. You had a moment of rage. You couldn't control yourself, so you shot her. That's the case. He says it was an accident. They say you're full of crap. It won't no accident. You regret it, yeah. but you did it on purpose. So I wanted to read some things here, sort of bring you up to date. What the possible verdicts are on this case. One possible verdict is they range from conviction for premeditated murder, and that comes with a minimum 25-year sentence. Or it could be he could be convicted of a lesser count of murder to culpable homicide, and that has a minimum 15-year sentence. Masipa, that's the judge. One judge, not a jury. One judge is deciding this verdict. If she believes he did not intend to kill Steenkamp, but did so by firing negligently or recklessly, so that would be the lesser count of murder to culpable homicide. So that's what he would be convicted of if he didn't intend to kill her, but did anyway by shooting recklessly. Just, oh, you crazy bitch. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen because he had a nice little pattern to his shots. So she could also acquit him if she accepts that Pistorius believed he was acting in self-defense when he pulled the trigger. So if the defense convinced her that he just believed that it was an intruder when he pulled the trigger, then she can acquit him. And those are the possible sentences or the verdicts. The case really is about Oscar Pistorius's credibility, right? He's the only witness. The other one's no longer with us. If he's not a credible witness and the judge does not accept his testimony, he's going to be convicted on either murder or culpable homicide. So, I don't know. I don't really know anybody that doesn't think he's guilty. The trial was a spectacle. He was a spectacle. Man. And if he's convicted and goes to jail, I wonder what those guys' lives are like. They were big stars like OJ. You think OJ has it rough in prison, or does everybody treat him like the king? What do you think? I wonder. I don't wonder enough to go, but I do wonder. So, there's no telling what's going to happen. I'm surprised it's taken so long. I really am. I thought the verdict would have been in a while ago. It's been a month, ain't it? Or something like that. 3 weeks, a month since the closing statements. So, I guess that's a good sign for him. Because as long as she's still thinking about it, it's possible she can say he's innocent, he's not guilty. It's an accident. Boy, there'd be an uproar if that happened. You know, just like with the Michael Brown case. You think there's looting now? If that cop gets off, if he doesn't get convicted of something, Lord have mercy. I'm glad I don't live anywhere near Ferguson, Missouri. Whew. I like my little plot, my little homestead, my place of peace and tranquility. I like it a lot. I do. I really do like it a lot. Anyway, listen, I'm going to take another break. This is only an hour show, so this will be the last break. But, you know, I have advertisers, believe it or not. So stick around. We got some more stuff to talk about.
Making beautiful memories last. Top Studios professional photo, audio, and video production. We offer unique packages not found anywhere else. Our wedding package includes a 30-second high-production video or audio invitation and a fairy tale love story video with professional narration. Top Studio will also give you a beautiful photo album with high-quality pictures that you can show your loved ones time and time again. For more information, call 732-781-8032.
For all you jokers out there listening to the Man Please show, I'm going to use all my superpowers on you. Oh wait, I don't have superpowers. Never mind.
Man, please.
Man, please. Is the show. Drog is the name of the host. That's right. I'm trying to find some celebrity news to talk about. There ain't much going on right now. Everybody still hates Justin Bieber and Kanye West. Dog the Bounty Hunter thinks he can catch that MMA superstar. Dog the Bounty Hunter better hope he don't catch him, because I believe he'll put a hurting on that boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else is going on. What else is going on with yourself, with your bad self? Who knows? Who cares? Everything is so full, I have no room. You have no idea what I have in front of me here. I'll set it right there. So, I guess I'm going to wind it on down. Got no interaction with folks. And that's really the idea. I'm going to try to figure out, too, if I can spontaneously broadcast here and on Spreaker at the same time. So I'm going to be doing some tests. So you might get notifications. If you do, you can ignore them. I'm just testing. Or you can watch them. Watch me test. Watch me flumber around. All right, y'all. Well, listen. Victoria, I don't know if you're still there, but thanks for watching. You know, you can see me Mondays, Wednesdays. Actually, Wednesday, I'm having a special guest. It's going to be exciting. I sure hope I have some watchers. I'm going to have to call some people. But We're going to have Craig Richards. He's a local artist here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Going to have him on the show. Going to see some of his work, talk to him, find out, how you can get your hands on some of his stuff. So be sure and tune in tomorrow. Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Craig Richards is going to be with us, y'all. So that'll be fun. I'll have some interaction, and maybe you guys can interact with us as well. So come on down, yeah. Hashtag Trog on hashtag Trog. I'm gonna have to look that up. How do you search a hashtag? You just type it in, search hashtag Trog. How did you do it, Victoria? Did you just see the name Trog? All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all paying attention, listening a little bit, and hopefully soon we'll have some folks interacting with us. I look forward to that. Take care.